Dr. Vivian now, and let's see what are his memories of his teacher, Grace ma'am.
Yeah, at the outset, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity to me. It's indeed an honor to speak on Madam. I think my first experience with Madam was, if I'm not wrong, in the year 1989 or 1990. It was probably in the third or the fourth. Teacher was Grace teacher, as we used to fondly call her then. Used to teach the middle school. So from the 5th to the 7th was what was called as the middle school. And for some reason, I cannot recollect exactly what the reason was. One of our teacher in the 3rd standard had to take a long break. And Grace teacher was deputed. I don't know if she does remember this. Was deputed to our class in class number 3 to finish the remainder of the portions. Now, the first time when we saw Madam, the fact that we were coming from a small place like Mangalore, which was there was a significant cultural difference between Mangalore and Bangalore then. Probably it's not the same case now. So we saw this lady and we were mesmerized by her. So she used to stand so elegantly. She was so eloquently. She used to speak absolutely an absolute mastery over the language, wonderful vocabulary. So we were stunned that, teachers could speak such good English. And she was excellent when it came to her, the knowledge department, and the way she used to just pass on the message onto the class. It was so crisp and so crystal clear. And if my memory serves right, I don't remember her. There are few of us students in Bangalore who said that she was quite strict and they were caned and things like that. If my memory serves me right, I have never seen her lose a form or a shape because of anger. I mean, she was a no-nonsense person. Don't get me wrong. It was not like we could bully her or something like that. She was strict when she was supposed to be, but it was never out of force. It was just her presence and the way she used to carry herself. We used to kind of respect her, and she was an excellent teacher. She was also there in the Cubs, that is the junior division of Scouts. So my next interaction with her was there. And then subsequently, when I moved to the middle school, she was my class teacher in class number 5. She taught us subjects in class number 6 and 7 as well. One particular incident that I do remember about teacher, she usually taught us our core subjects. So I never knew, it was a surprise to me that she was a sportswoman, a pleasant surprise, in fact. So we never associated those teachers to be encouraging when it comes to sports. So we used to always think that they would be discouraging at that. So I remember a particular incident where we had an inter-Jesuit meet against St. Joseph's. And that was probably in table tennis. So that was the first time where we actually beat them. And I vividly remember, teacher came and congratulated me about that. And it was a very, I keep that memory with me because, our physical education teacher congratulating us was a different issue, a teacher who was teaching our core subject, congratulating us was a very big thing. So now I know from where it does come. She was a sportswoman, which we never knew at that time. It is indeed a pleasure for me that even now in person, I do keep in touch with her. And I would like to wish her all the very best, and God bless her with good health and happiness throughout her life.
Great. And let's move on to Vivek.
Hello, Mr. Valerian, and thank you for having us on this platform. And on Teachers' Day, so it's wonderful to be here with Grace teacher and share our memories here. And my earliest memory of Grace teacher, as we called her in St. Aloysius, was in the Cubs, actually. So I think we were one of the first batches that she taught. And I was in the primary school, I think third standard or so. And I remember Grace teacher was the scout master, the Cub head, the head of the Cubs over there, along with a couple of other teachers. And she she sort of led us through the formation that went up to scouts later on. And during these formative years in Cubs, I remember the camps that we went to. So there was one particular camp there were not many camps as such. We were too young to be taken out for a lot of camps around the place. But we went to Tanir Bavi. I remember it was the church over there, and we set up a camp by the beach. And that was one of my earliest memories of sort of being a part of Grace Teachers student group. And later on at Tanir Bavi, I remember she also, we also had Neil, her son, who had come over. He was really small at that time. And I think I was in 4th standard at that point in time. And Neil had also come over. Maybe he couldn't be left at home since no one was there. So I remember at one point, Grace teacher did tell me Neil had wandered off somewhere, I think into the where there were trees, a small forest, mini forest over there. And she said, "Go get Neil. He's run off over there." So I went and picked up Neil and came running back. And while running, I tripped over a twig or a branch, and I fell with Neil. And then, of course, he did cry a bit, and then but he was fine. All was good. So that was my earliest memory as being a student of Grace teacher in the Capt. And later on in 5th, 6th, and 7th, she taught us English, and she taught us the social science subjects, history, geography. And I think one thing that we admired in her was a great sense of patience and calmness. And she was also encouraging, but at the same time, she was extremely disciplined. She ensured that we too followed, we too sort of maintained that sense of discipline in her classes, and she had a steely resolve to make sure that we were always on the right path. So I think all of us had a lot of respect for her, her classes, and the way she conducted herself in school. And I think she never raised her voice, but her very presence ensured that ensured that we were all in line when we got into class at that time.